How you doing, guys? Today I am talking K&N air filters in a Kohler K-Series single air filter housing, specifically the 10 horsepower through 16 horsepower. As you see, I have a K&N filter and a stock filter on the workbench. Essentially, I don't know, a couple years ago, I was looking for a K&N filter for my K-Series motor or for the big single. And I couldn't really find one, so I found one online with the dimensions that were close to a stock K-Series paper filter. Now, there might be a better filter out there that fits a little better than the one I have here, but this one I have found to work really good with these motors. Specifically, the part number is K&N filter. Let's see if we can get that to focus for us. There it is, E3226. Overall, it's about the same dimensions. It is a little wider, but the diameter itself is the same. But with the additional width, there is a slight issue, which is easily rectified. If I take the paper filter and put it in a stock K-Series housing, and then I take the lid and drop the lid onto the base with the air filter, as you can tell, the center stud sticks up through the center, and the filter itself is completely covered by the lid. Now, if we take the K&N filter and drop that bad boy onto the base, we see that it fits just fine on the base. But when we take the lid, put the lid on, the stud is not long enough to protrude through, so we could screw the lid down. It's pretty easily rectified. What I do in general, let me move that out of the way. I take the air filter base, I'll center punch it right in the center of the stud bolt, and then I'll drill it. And I try to drill it out so I don't have to go bigger than a quarter inch, because this is 1/4 So you want to make sure when you center punch the stud, you get it as close to the center as possible. And then just drill it just deep enough until the stud itself breaks off. And as you can tell, you can see that I center drilled it with a small bit, and then I used a bigger bit. And I pretty much got lucky and nailed it pretty close, because I took it off of this one. Then what I do is I'll just, with that 1/4 inch hole, because this actually passes through the brace itself all the way through, I just send a longer 1/4 bolt through. I lock it down, make sure it's good and tight. And then from there, that gives me plenty of stud length in order to put the filter on. And essentially, I take the filter, I drop the filter into place, make sure it's good and seated all the way around. Then I take the lid, drop the lid down, and boom. Now I can tighten it all down, and I have my K&N filter. Obviously, it doesn't shroud the air filter completely, but it gets a K&N filter on a K-Series. And if you didn't really tell anybody, most people wouldn't even know. Now I'm going to go put this on my little mule, my 857 with the 16, because I want to get a little bit more airflow through it. I had the GT14 intake on that engine, and what I was finding, my farting and popping that I was getting at higher RPM, it appears it was just that this thing was too restrictive for that motor. As soon as I took it off, I ran it with the paper filter. It got a lot better. Just a little bit of carb adjustment, and then it really smoothed out real nice. But I was getting just a little touch more of a little hint of like a fart at higher RPM. So to alleviate that, I said I'll do what I did to my 1056. I'll get a K&N filter, and that should hopefully loosen up the airflow a little bit more. I'll be able to get a little more air into the motor. The other thing I noticed is that my choke plate wasn't opening all the way nice and straight, perpendicular, or should I say in line with the airflow. So I made a small adjustment on that. That gets the choke plate in a more optimal position. So I think I'll probably be able to solve my little issue with these two small modifications. One, going to a K&N air filter, and two, making that adjustment to the choke plate. Well, I hope you found this video interesting. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you like these kinds of little small engine updates and, you know, just basic small engine stuff, tractor stuff, please subscribe. As always, click the little bell so that way you get notified that I've put up a new video. And as always, I truly appreciate all your support. I hope you have a great day.